Hello and welcome to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In this week's edition, we'll recap the race card from Saturday, July 2. 10 races were on offer, including the 96th running of the Jamaica St. Leger, the second jewel of the Triple Crown Series. The event was billed as a clash between the explosive filly Atomica and the self-assured colt Blue Vinyl. Let's begin our highlights package with race 1. This was a restricted allowance event contested over 1,200 meters. The one-horse Big Man Maiden and horse number 6 Hio Primero were both late non-runners.
Starter ready. They're off. Fair start with the exception of Kundaman giving it all away. As they make their way down the back stretch, Big Argument races nearest to us. JJ the Striker and the Good Life right there on that front end. These three in a very tight grouping. They're followed up by Sticky Don racing in fourth, possibly 4 lengths off that lead. Great Brit races on the outside of Colorado Ranger. And forget Kundaman refusing to race. They lead the half mile. They make their way now passing the 7/16th, and it's JJ the Striker out in front by just a length. The Good Life now cutting into that lead. Big Argument poised to strike in third. Sticky Don in fourth as they run to the 5/16th. The Great Brit the Grey is next on the outside of Colorado Ranger, the trailer, as they're about to come to the top of the lane. They're just about into it now. JJ the Striker maintains that lead. The Good Life continues the challenge. Big Argument is in between them and asked to split rivals, but it's a JJ the Striker and a Philip Parchment. He's using the stick in the left hand. Here is Big Argument trying to close up on a 2-length lead, but JJ the Striker responding well to the left hand stick. The rider has a look in his mirrors, and still JJ the Striker continues to hold that lead and begins to stretch it. He's opened up 3 or more over Big Argument. JJ the Striker walks in to win the first easily. Big Argument is second. Great Brit is third. Sticky Don is fourth. The Good Life is fifth.
JJ the Striker, under jockey Philip Parchment, completed the 1,200-meter trip in 1 minute, 15 and 1/5 of a second to secure the day's first event. Race 2 was an optional claiming race as contested over 1,200 meters. The 7-horse Nina Dorada was a late scratch.
6 furlong the trip, they're off in racing. Came out marginally at the back, whatever, as Mr. Linders is the first to lead as they blast toward the 5. Mr. Linders in front, just about 3/4 of a length from Buckaluck as they pass the 5. Then come Miss Linda Ray. Then behind Miss Linda Ray, that's Nest Purse, My Mum Just, and racing at the back, whatever. They blast toward the 4 furlong point, and it is in front and making the running. Mr. Linders, just the leader, now about a neck just in front of Buckaluck, owning on attack. 3 lengths away before we come to Miss Linda Ray as they pass the 3. Nespers comes next. Tailing off, that is My Mum Just, and Never Been In It, and racing at the back of the field, that is whatever. They're coming to the top of the lane. These two are locked on that lead. Mr. Linders and Buckaluck turning for Rome. 2 furlongs to travel. It's Mr. Linders now kicks on from Buckaluck, trying to fight back. Mr. Linders traveling nicely at the furlong pole. It's Mr. Linders kicking clear. Here comes Miss Linda Ray trying to pound an attack. It's Mr. Linders in front. Miss Linda Ray coming forward encouragingly. Mr. Linders hanging on from Miss Linda Ray, flying on the outside, and I think she got him. Miss Linda Ray beats Mr. Linders. My Mum Just, and it could be Nespers running on for 4th.
Ridden by Roger Hewitt for trainer Donovan Plummer, Miss Linda Ray posted a winning time of 1 minute, 15 and 4/5 of a second to complete a 1-length victory. Race 3 saw Shane Canterman Ellis aboard the 8-5 favorite Mind That Cat. This was a restricted allowance race covering the distance of 1,600 meters.
They're ready. 1 mile the trip. 1,600 meters, they're off. Almost perfect start. Catalina gets away quickest of them all. Lovecraft now moving up the challenge for that lead. Mind That Cat is racing on the rail. Kai Alexis in the red out white in the orange sleeves. That's Heavenly Glitter as these 5 make their way now toward the final 6. They're almost at the final 6 furlongs, and Catalina now has a half a length advantage over Lovecraft. Kai Alexis right alongside as they lead the 6. Mind That Cat watches them back in fourth, just about 2.5 lengths off that lead. Heavenly Glitter is 3.5 back. And a huge gap opens up to Maya, Positive ID, and at the moment, Omron going nowhere at the back. They've left the 5 and run toward the half mile. The tempo should increase, and Catalina holds that lead, trying to shake loose from Kyle Alexis. Mind that cat getting closer all the while. Lovecraft is in a handy ground-saving spot as they make their way toward the 7/16th, a gap back to Heavenly Glitter. And then we have 2 more, a long way behind them. Maya, a positive ID, and forget Omron, hopeless. They've left the 3 and run toward the final 5/16th of a mile, and Catalina attempts to go gate to wire. Kyle Alexis now will try to thwart that attempt on the outside. Man, that cat digging in on the rail and asked to close as they turn for home. Catalina in between horses. Mind that cat, the one down against the fence. Out wide, it's Kyle Alexis, Heavenly Glitter, and Lovecraft now asked to run on, but they make their way, flashing past the furlong pole, and Catalina is now looking to have spent. There goes on the inside rail, Mind That Cat, as a spent Catalina continues the chase, but Mind That Cat and Shane Ellis open up 3 lengths and will hold it to the line over Catalina. Kyle Alexis is next ahead of Heavenly Glitter. Lovecraft is 5th.
The 8-5 favorite Mind That Cat logged a winning time of 1 minute, 40 and 3/5 of a second, going 1600 meters. Catalina, Kyle Alexis and Heavenly Glitter completed the top 4. Race 4 was a maiden special weight event restricted to native-bred 3-year-olds. Stephen Todd's entry, Awesome Prince, was a 3-5 favorite.
Michael Sims is ready for a start. This is race number 4. They're off and racing. Adenosine is left at the back early. Stormacom blasting to an early lead as they pass the 5. It's Stormacom in front of Noble Impulse right against the rail on the outside and coming around. That is Awesome Prince. Then comes running on, that is Another Wave as they pass the 4. Right beside Another Wave, that Jungle Boogie, 2 lengths away before we come to Babylon Will Fall and recovering Adenosine at the back of the field. They pass the 3 and making the runnings as these 2 now fighting for it. Awesome Prince on the outside. Stormacom on the inside. They're at the top of the lane, and Awesome Prince now kicks and takes the lead. Does Stormacom has anything to offer? Here comes on the outside, and switching towards the middle. That is Noble Impulse. It's Noble Impulse and Awesome Prince. Awesome Prince still in front. Noble Impulse trying to make a race of it. Awesome Prince and the bustling Phil Parchment trying to shake the intention up. Noble Impulse and Awesome Prince will, and the second one to Parchment, beating Noble Impulse, Stormacom, and Babylon Will Fall.
Awesome Prince handed jockey Philip Parchment his second win of the day. Trained by Stephen Todd, Awesome Prince posted a winning time of 1 minute, 8 seconds flat to win by 1 1/4 lengths. Race 5 was a 3-year-old and up claiming event. 9 faced the starter going 800 meters or 4 furlong straight.
Start already, a half a mile straight. They're off. First start. Ali missed it. Races in behind the front runners. As Storm Valley came out quickly and is showing good speed, so too Father Ryle in the yellow silks. And they make their way toward us. Lady Budget is the one racing near the stands. It's Lady Budget, Father Ryle, Chaitu Prince now coming across to join these 3. Just in the middle, that Storm Valley has to make some progress, already getting the stick as they run inside the last quarter. It's a Chaitu Prince, possibly just the leader. Lady Budget pressing home an attack on his outside, and Lady Budget may have the nose in front as Chaitu Prince is sandwiched in between horses. Storm Valley toward his inside. They charge away inside the final 16th. It is Lady Budget and Storm Valley now who go on. Storm Valley on the far side. Lady Budget, the bobbing heads, it's too close to call. They've gone by together. Golden Emperor is wide of Chaitu Prince. Toward the inside rail, Rockdale, maybe 5th.
At odds of 7-1, Lady Budget, under apprentice Calvin Bailey for trainer Ian Roberts, posted 49 seconds flat going 800 meters. It's now time for a break on the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. On the other side, we'll recap the remaining races on the card from Saturday, July 2. This included the day's feature, the 96th running of the Jamaica St. Leger. Welcome back to the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. In the second half of our presentation, we'll recap races 6 to 10 from Saturday, July 2. This included the day's feature, the 96th running of the Jamaica St. Leger, which served up an eagerly anticipated clash between Gary Sobrati's spirited filly Atomica and Blue Vinyl, conditioned by Patrick Lynch. The sixth race was a 3-year-old and up claiming contest going 1,000 meters. The field was reduced to 8 following the scratch of Jamai Raja and KD Rocket.
Lightning McQueen loads. And you're ready for a start. They're off and racing. This is race number 6, 5 furlong straight the trip. And making the racing prominent, closest to us, that's the grey Special Counsel. Right in the middle, that's Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen has speed and prompts the pace in the middle. Special Counsel closest to us, the grey. Right on the far side, that is a Sudden Flight running early. Also there, Lala Diva, as they come past the 3 furlong point. It is Lightning McQueen drifting under the stand rail. Lightning McQueen in front. The grey Special Counsel is still there right in the middle. That's Will the Conqueror. Also right there on the far side, that is a Sudden Flight. They're coming to the furlong pole, and it is still making the runnings. Lightning McQueen right to go over on the far side, and in the middle of the track, it's Will the Conqueror, and Will the Conqueror sprouting wings, and Will the Conqueror goes on to beat Circle running on for second. Lightning McQueen is third. Looks like Cartel in fourth, just ahead of Special Counsel.
Piloted by apprentice Ryan Lewis for trainer Robert Pearson, Will the Conqueror completed a 2-length victory. At odds of 95, Will the Conqueror clocked 58 4/5 of a second for the 1,000 meter trip. Sparkle Diamond was a late non-runner for the Midnight Angel. This was a 3-year-old and up overnight allowance event, and it saw 7 runners going 1,200 meters. The importee, Lure of Lucy, was a hot 1-2 favorite.
Rojon the Pilot came out running with Lure of Lucy, who zips to the front from Rojon the Pilot. Generational now moving into second. Ahead of Rojon the Pilot, the Good Witch joining that group. Solid Approach just off the rail. Awesome Treasure right against it. And Cruella trails the field, separated by no more than 4.5 lengths. So a tightly bunched field. Head past the half mile and goes sprinting into that turn, and the speedy Lure of Lucy, as expected, leads by 3/4 of a length, rated by the rider. Generational chasing with the Good Witch close up in third. Rojon the Pilot now gets going as they lead the 3. Cruella racing on the outside. Awesome Treasure is on the rail, and a Solid Approach fills the sandwich as the field come turning for home. Lure of Lucy continues to hold the advantage at the top of the lane. A 1/4 mile to run. Lure of Lucy with that lead. Rojon the Pilot kicking in on the outside. The Good Witch is also in with a solid chance as they make their way now passing the furlong pole. It's still an open event. Lure of Lucy continues to dig deep into her reserves. The Good Witch is there. Generational trying to close on the rail, and out wide it's Rojon the Pilot, but it is Lure of Lucy out in front. Awesome Anthony Thomas and Lure of Lucy win by almost 3 over Rojon the Pilot. Close between Awesome Treasure and the Good Witch.
Jason DaCosta's Lure of Lucy landed the 7th event. 1 minute, 12 2/5 of a second was the winning time, going 1,200 meters. The 8th event saw jockey Aaron Chatri replacing Ruja Laho aboard Total Prosperity. Or Angel from the stable of Robert Pearson was listed as a 4-5 favorite.
And they're off and racing. They came out in a good line, but being outsped at the moment, that is a Silent Mission. They blast toward the 6 furlong point. She's fantastic. Just the leader from 31 Kisses as they pass the 6. Right against the rail, that's Minnie the Whack, the favorite, coming down into third. Now, just overtaking Minnie the Whack, that's Our Angel. Rapunzel comes next, then comes Pellicula as they pass the 5. Right there too, that's Real Boss on the Real Boss outside. That is Disha, 2 lengths away before we come to the recovering Silent Mission as they pass the 4. Then comes Total Prosperity, and racing at the back of the field, now joining Total Prosperity, that is Fly Messenger Fly. They come toward the 3 furlong point, and She's Fantastic kicks away about 3 lengths in front of the favorite going in chase. That's Our Angel. 31 Kisses is right there too. Also coming on, that's Minnie the Whack. Out wide, Pellicula there at the top of the lane, and it is still making the running. She's Fantastic. Here comes Our Angel. Comes a calling on the outside. She's Fantastic, tying up a bit of Our Angel is finding, and Our Angel on the outside. She's Fantastic. That's something in reserve, but Our Angel blows by She's Fantastic as they come with a half a furlong to travel. Our Angel coming away from this field, and running on from behind that Silent Mission. Our Angel beats Silent Mission. Then comes She's Fantastic. Might be 31 Kisses over Pellicula.
3 1/4 lengths was the winning margin for Our Angel, ridden by apprentice Ryan Lewis for trainer Robert Pearson. Our Angel's winning time was recorded at 1 minute, 26 3/5 of a second, covering 1,400 meters.
I think it was a good performance. The main danger missed the break, so I mean it was pretty easy after that. But she shows that she'll enjoy going further, so the Oaks is the objective.
Right, because that's where my next question was. You chose to come here in this race rather than take your chances in the big race later this afternoon.
I wanted to keep her fresh for the Oaks. So basically, that's the objective.
She has run very well for you so far. The 2 previous races, of course, behind Atomica, where she was judiciously ridden on both occasions to get a piece of the purse. Is it that you fancy her chances the longer the races that she contests are?
Most definitely. She's bred to stay and she's showing that.
And so when you tackle the longer distance of the Oaks, regardless of who's in there, you're fancying your chance of winning that event?
If Atomica is not there, we have a great chance.
All right. So this filly keeps doing well for you, and we hope that she remains sound and continues to make the stable proud.
Oh, definitely. She keeps on improving, and that's all we can ask of her.
The 9th event was named in honor of the long-standing racing administrator Clovis Metcalfe. This was a 3-year-old and up allowance event going 1,500 meters. Ian Pressard's Mahogany was a 2-5 favorite in a field that included the reigning horse of the year Further and Beyond and the 2021 Derby winner Calculus.
Starter ready. They're off for the Clovis Metcalfe Cup. I've Got Magic steps off a beat slow. I Am Fred took off quickly. Mahogany is right up with the front end. Further and Beyond staying close to him. Money Monster is right there too as they head away now toward the final 6 furlongs. Billy Whiz has now come through, and Billy Whiz looks to have a very narrow lead. Mahogany on the outside, a neck away. I've Got Magic races just on the inside rail. In behind those, that's Money Monster. Further and Beyond has been taken off the splits. Calculus now making ground against the rail as they leave the 5. I Am Fred in the all-red races at the back. It's a compact field. They make their way to the half mile in the Clovis Metcalfe, and Mahogany now asserts. Mahogany goes on from a Billy Whiz. I've Got Magic is back in third. Calculus in between horses. In that mix, Further and Beyond, Mahogany's now up front and pulling away from them as they arrive at the final 3. It's all Mahogany at the moment. I Am Fred now moving out of the pack and going down into second, some 3.5 to 4 lengths. Further and Beyond now is beginning to make some progress. Calculus is occupying the rail run, but it is Mahogany. He's cruising on that lead. Inside the last quarter, it is Mahogany, the rider, having a peep in his mirrors. He's still motionless, the rider, and now beginning to change his hold as Mahogany draws clear. Inside the final furlong, the stick now comes out in the left hand, but Mahogany has plundered this field already. Inside the final 16th, what a performance. Mahogany in the Clovis Metcalfe Cup has left them all for dead. They're all crippled in behind. He's eased down in the end. Tail lights coming on. Mahogany wins over Calculus. Then Further and Beyond, I Am Fred, Money Monster.
An emphatic win for Ian Pressard's 5-year-old gelding Mahogany. The winning time was logged at 1 minute, 30 2/5 of a second, going 1,500 meters. The winning margin was posted as 10.5 lengths. The day's final event was the 96th running of the Jamaica St. Leger, the second jewel of Jamaica's Triple Crown series. This was billed as an eagerly anticipated clash between the impressive filly Atomica, hunting her 6th win from as many starts, and the self-assured colt Blue Vinyl. Here's Brian Rickman's race call as they went 2,000 meters or 10 furlongs.
Blue Vinyl and Emperor of the Cats. Atomica is tugging and reserved right on their heels as they go into that clubhouse turn. Sunset Silhouette is well positioned on the rail, Burning Red in between horses. Outbidder races next as they leave the mile. Power is a further 3 lengths in behind Outbidder. The head Cornerstone runs next against the rail in the purple sleeves. The grey Reins will come next. Morimoto just in behind by a length. Slam toward the back of the field. Roraima has overtaken Slam, and Slam now trails. They make their way toward the final 6 furlongs in the event, and Atomica has now tugged through, disputes that lead and gets it narrowly. Brinks continues to bounce easy in second. Blue Vinyl has them covered just about 4 lengths off that lead. Emperor of the Cats is a further 2 lengths down, Burning Red right on his tail. Outbidder now being niggled along a bit as they leave the 5. Sunset Silhouette is further back with the head Cornerstone. Power races up toward the back of the field. Rainsville races up next, then Morimoto. In behind them, Roraima and Slam outclassed at the back as the tempo increases in the Ledger and they make their way toward the 7/16th, and the filly Atomica now goes on. Here is the match race evolving. Blue Vinyl pulling alongside, and these two shoulder to shoulder as they leave the three in behind them. Brinks now looks to be feeling the heat, but the match race is on. Inside the final 5/16th, they're about to come into the lane. In the St. Ledger, Atomica the filly. In the center, Blue Vinyl on the outside, and Brinks tries to fight back over against the rail. Atomica swerves to the fence. Blue Vinyl has the lead. Atomica trying to come on once again. Brinks is in behind them, but Blue Vinyl is driven to the max and holding the lead. Atomica, can she fight back? It is Blue Vinyl in the ledger, opening up 2 lengths. Atomica the filly. First time she's been tested, and she's failed the test as Blue Vinyl comes away to score on the Radish Roman. Atomica has to settle for second. Brinks is third. Fourth, the head cornerstone, Morimoto, has run on to be fifth.
At odds of 1-5, Atomica wilted under the pressure of Blue Vinyl in mid-stretch to lose by 4 1/4 lengths. Ridden by apprentice Radish Sneaky Fox Roman for trainer Patrick Lynch, Blue Vinyl clocked 2 minutes, 7 3/5 of a second, going 2,000 meters. Brinks came home third, followed by D-Head Cornerstone and Morimoto.
You know, when you like small man like me come up in the ranks and doing things like this, have to, feel good about it.
All right, coming out of the Guineas, what was your preparation like for this horse for this race today?
Basically the same way, maybe you just put on 2 more furlongs.
And
So the preparation was the same.
how well did he take on the work that you put him to?
Wonderful, wonderful.
And your instructions to your jockey to this afternoon, what did you want him to do from the gate?
Ride the same race, only 2 furlong extra.
Yeah, so nothing different.
Nothing different.
And when you saw him swoop down on the filly from so early, from so far out, I'm sure you would have thought that you had her then.
Well, I know him, him super fit at that time when you see that.
Right. Beyond this point, if he stays sound and for the Derby, I'm sure you'll say that your preparation won't be any different.
Well, the Derby is up my street.
Yeah. All right, well, trainer, all I can say is congratulations. Big achievement. Congratulations to you and the team at the stable.
Thank you. Yes, it's great. It's a very good team. Yeah, enough respect to the owners and, other people who make it possible.
And your young jockey who's done so well for you.
Yeah, we're going to work with that jockey, so, yeah.
I'm just trying to get a clean break, pick my position early as possible, and get him relaxed.
How much energy did you have to use up to get a good position around the clubhouse turn?
Well, I eventually, after I tried to slow him down, he was pulling me.
At the half mile, you got to the filly. Did you get to her easily, or did you have to urge him to get to her?
Well, I get to her easily. I just say, let's go on her, Papa, and him just go on her, and I just relax him back.
Up the straight, was he getting tired, or because I saw you have to keep him up to his work? Was it that he was getting tired, or you just wanted to make sure he didn't falter?
And you just want to make sure and keep him up to him work till the winning post come.
All right, and for the additional journey of the Derby Radish, 2 furlongs more, do you think he'll get it comfortably?
Easy, comfortable.
Well, you won the Guineas, your first classic. You've won the second classic in your career already, the St. Leger. Many top jockeys have never won a St. Leger here at Caymanas Park. It's a big achievement. I want to say congratulations.
That's what I say. Thank you, sir. The connection and the Almighty.
This time is more than overwhelming.
Sweeter than the Guineas victory?
Sweeter than
Why?
the Guineas victory. Leading up to the race, a lot of talk. I can't beat the filly. Filly is exceptional, but I know this is racing. And my trainer have this horse in immaculate condition. I don't even talk to him for 1 week now. 1 week. I talk to him Monday, I don't talk to him again. Never ever for the balance of the week. And that's just me.
Yeah.
That's just me.
How proud of you are with your young jockey who, there are many big name jockeys here who have loved the ride on Blue Vinyl in the Guineas and in this race. How do you assess how the jockey handled 2 big assignments?
Well, George, from the get-go, the trainer told me that this is the guy that's going to ride the horse, and I said, you're sure? And him said, just leave everything up to me, and I said, all right, fine.
Yeah. The manner of victory would have satisfied you because you did it well with something to spare. You cruised down on the filly. Was there any point in the race where you thought that you weren't satisfied with how the horse was galloping?
No. From the get-go, and I noticed that the jockey carried him over from the 12 draw, carried him at the lead going into the clubhouse turn. I said, all right, then I realized from there, he cleared all obstacles. Circle on the front, because apparently I think he know that when the filly come on the headline, he's already there. And that was lovely.
Last question, when you bought this horse, did you know you had a classic winner on your hands?
No, never ever. Never ever. But I tell you, the trainer said to me that this is a classic horse, but I just don't pay it any mind.
Yeah.
And it, no manifesting.
Many rivers to cross, the Derby is up next.
Yes,
We hope
the
that he
Derby.
stays sound and can give you more pride.
But just when he stays sound, you know my trainer is the greatest. I leave everything up to you.
As we recap another thrilling weekend of racing, it was highlighted by Blue Vinyl's impressive win over Atomica in the St. Leger. Having snapped Atomica's 5-race winning run, Blue Vinyl now remains on course for the Triple Crown Series, having already secured victory in the 2000 Guineas. This has been another edition of the Caymanas Park Highlight Show. See you